guys, it is Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So it has been a little while and I do apologize. Basically, I had a whole week off work and I wanted to do like a bunch of filming and stuff. This is when I got back from my overseas trip. And essentially, it was like 40 degrees Celsius or like 104 degrees Fahrenheit. My computer is upstairs where we don't have any air conditioning. So it was like impossible for me to come up and do anything Sims related. So I'm only just like actually getting to do things now because then I went back to work and I obviously don't have as much time for recording and stuff when I'm working. I have like a full-time job, so I have to kind of like do it all in the middle of that. So basically this is the video now and I'm really sorry for the delay, like it kind of sucks. But yeah, hopefully I can kind of get back on track again this weekend. Weekends are when I do like a lot of my getting back on track, I guess. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be back on track. Anyway, this particular house, I actually built this ages ago because I kind of built a bunch of homes and I was like, yeah, I can sit down and I can record them and all that kind of jazz, and it was too hot. So this is just kind of a bit of a mishmash of roofing and everything. I just went a little bit different. I feel like I always do like sort of traditional looking homes, and I thought that maybe it would be fun just to kind of change it up a little bit and do something that's not quite as out there, not quite as normal and a little bit more out there. Also, like when I went away to America, it was cool to be able to see like a lot of different architecture and stuff, and yeah, there were a lot of houses that had these kind of like half roof things going, and this is actually kind of similar to a house that I saw where we were staying. We stayed with family for some of it, so we're in like suburbs, and yeah, they had some really cool houses. So it was kind of cool to see that even, I guess, in real life there are these houses that aren't totally like normal looking, if that's kind of the word you want to go with, I guess. So here I'm just trying to do something different with the wallpaper, but I end up just doing pretty much what I always do, which is like some brick and sliding. There's definitely something I'd really love to be able to work on, is doing something different with my exterior wallpapers, because I feel like they all look very similar, very much the same, and it's something I really, really want to work on. But it's also something that I find it kind of, there's not a lot of like videos on it. Like, you know, you can get video tutorials on so many things, but no one's really done wallpaper. So, you know, if you have any tutorials for me, definitely let me know because I'd be very interested. Anyway, this house, I didn't quite, that was not even a word. I didn't quite know what I wanted to do with it. So I kept it relatively standard on the outside. And then when we start going inside, I start kind of going with more of a sort of simple light colors, kind of like sweet looking theme, but not too cluttered. I find that the outside of the house is always so different to the inside of the house. Yeah, this house on the outside is nearly cottagey, I guess, with like all the little overgrown bits and everything, but the inside I feel like it's just very different. But I think that's okay. I don't think the outside of the house has to look like the inside, you know. Don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a house by its wallpaper. Oh my god, I have my little puppy here today. He's not even a puppy, he's like 4. And there's like a bit of a thunderstorm at the moment. I think he's scared, so he's like hiding under my desk. But he's so beautiful. I love him. But yeah, if you hear any like rain or thunder or anything, obviously there's a storm going on outside and I can't help that. The only good thing about the storm is, well, number one, I love thunderstorms, and number two, at least it's not hot. That's like the only relief we had been getting from the heat, was when there was like thunderstorms. So it's definitely cooled down a lot now, but I don't know like what international news is like, but we have had like some record highs here in Australia. Like, it has been insane. We've had heat waves. Now up in Queensland we have really bad flooding. So that's not good. And then we've also got bushfires as well. So like basically the top end of Australia is on fire. Bottom end of Australia is currently just bushfire central. And I'm beginning to see why people think that Australia is just this crazy, insane place to visit. When you live here, you don't really actually realise how nuts everything is. But there was a crocodile in some of the floodwaters, so that's fun. So among our crocodiles and we have alligators, we have crocodiles. Do we have alligators? Maybe we don't have alligators, but we definitely have crocodiles. We've got like jellyfish and poisonous octopus and spiders and snakes and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm kind of seeing why people think Australia is this terrifying place. It's really beautiful as well though, so if you want to visit, come visit us. But anyway, I'm doing the backyard now, and I put this little fireplace out there. We have something similar to that, like my parents have one in their backyard, and it's not quite that large, but it's called a chimea, or chimea. Anyway, and it's just kind of, it's more like a decorative thing, but it's nice to go out there sometimes when you're having like a dinner party. So I thought it was a cute little addition to this particular little garden. I don't know, I thought it was cute. I think this is where I started to shape a little bit more like how the inside of the house is going to look, because I think that outside it's cute and it's cozy and it's kind of sweet, and I start using more of like the light colors and the more, I don't know, like soft rustic feel to it. I think that this is a rather feminine home, if I can say that. But yeah, I really like this backyard. I think that it's really, really cute and adorable. And backyards used to be something in The Sims that I really, really didn't like. I didn't feel like I was very good at them, but they're definitely becoming one of my favorite things. I feel like I'm getting a few little tips and tricks, and I'm using like lots of different things, and I'm really starting to like them. I think that where I learnt a lot of my backyard stuff was from watching Ziminstead. I'm sure you have heard of her, but she does the sweetest, cutest, most amazing little builds, and she has this like amazing voice, like not anything like mine. But you know, like you could just sit there and like listen. She should narrate audiobooks or something. She's just got like a really easy listening voice. So yeah, I definitely recommend watching her. Checking her out. I think that really good videos there. Yeah, but speaking of actually like audiobooks, I've been listening to so many lately. I am addicted. I love audiobooks so much. I've really just gotten into reading a lot lately. I like to have a physical book and an audiobook going, because like an audiobook I kind of just want to listen while I'm doing stuff, but then I want to sit down and just focus on a book at the same time. So I actually just read a book called Dorothy Must Die, and it's kind of like based after The Wizard of Oz, and Dorothy has gone crazy and taken over Oz, and it's actually surprisingly really good. I really enjoyed it. So I finished that book, and now I'm reading like the sequel to it. Anyway, irrelevant things. Sometimes it's just hard to purely talk about the build, so I like to take some little segues here and there, but definitely talk about the build a little bit as well. I don't know, still don't really know how people can talk about the build the entire time. Like, I just kind of feel like I'd be really repetitive, so I do a bit of both here, as you probably already know. But anyway, I did that cute little like seating area next to the pool because I didn't really know what else to put there. It was just like a little bit empty, so I thought I'd just kind of put that seating area in. So yeah, now we're on the inside of the house, and I'm trying to pick something for the kitchen here, and I'm once again trying to go for something like a little bit different, but I end up doing my OG. I was like, you know what? I love these counters. I don't care that I use them all the time. I'm going for it. And I think that it really did suit the style of the house. It is very sweet and simple and cute and feminine and all that kind of stuff. You know, the kind of stuff that we're going for. I am thinking of doing a build soon using like all furniture I've never used, or all furniture that I don't like, because I don't know, I think it'd be cool to like see how you could build just using things that you never used before, things that you don't really like. I think that too often we get a little bit stuck in our ways and we use, you know, all the same furniture. It's going to be cool to like discover new things. So yeah, it's probably something that you can look forward to at some point, providing that the weather stays like as it has been. The weather's been good, so when the weather's good I can record. That's like one thing. After, like, we live with my grandma at the moment. We're hopefully buying our own house this year. But she has 2 stories, and I have to say I would never ever, I don't think I could ever live in a 2-story house. Like just coming up and down the stairs, I was so lazy, but it's kind of, I don't like it. I don't like coming up and down the stairs, and in our particular house we can't get air conditioners upstairs because it's a townhouse, so none of the external walls are fit for air conditioning, if that makes sense, because you have to have like a little outlet box thing. There's nowhere to put it on the second floor outside walls, so yeah, that kind of sucks. So it's hot, and walking up those stairs every night, oof, it's a struggle, I'm telling you. It is a struggle. But anyway, we're doing the kitchen now. Wait, I've already talked about the kitchen, haven't I? Yeah, kind of. Anyway, it's a cluttered little kitchen. It's kind of cluttered, but not cluttered. It's the perfect amount of clutter. I'm pretty sure this house has like 2 bedrooms, if I remember correctly. Like, it's not a very big house. I kind of imagined that it would be maybe like a single person or a small family. And come to think of it, I think I put the pancakes in this house. And this isn't for like a save file or anything. It's just you have to have a family in the house so you can go into live mode and create really good. I say really good, like my screenshots are really good. But you have to go into live mode to create the screenshots. So I actually ended up putting the pancakes in this house. And I kind of liked that. I feel like they could get their act together. Eliza could stop being such a cow. And they could be happy together in this little sweet house. I still don't like Eliza. Yeah, so anyway, I kind of had this weird space here that I had to fill up, and I ended up just putting the smaller dining table in because I felt like there wasn't quite enough room with the larger dining table. But I think that you could definitely make it fit. Like, I don't think that it looked bad before. It's just, I think it kind of opened up the space a little bit just to have the 4 dining tables and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely a slightly odd floor plan, this one. It was one of those houses where I didn't really think about the floor plan at all. I just built the house and then fit the floor plan into what I already had, which I guess I do that a lot, but I still try and create particular shapes so that it's going to be easier to do a floor plan. But in this case, I was like, nah. I actually focused on the roof a lot for this build, which is something that I like never do. But it was cool to have like a different focus, I suppose. That was kind of fun. Yeah, so my little puppy, I love him so much. I'll have to do like a face cam video and have my little puppy. I'm just like trying to pick him up. I think he's scared because it's not like really loud thunder, but it's just like that really gentle, like rolling thunder. And he's just hiding. So I've got him up with me now and I'm patting him. So if you like hear any just weird noises, it's probably just like my dog. He's so cute though. If you're on Twitter and you follow me on Twitter, you can always feel free to just send me pictures of your pets. I am a pet person. I love dogs, but I would take like cats and birds and pretty much anything. I really like reptiles as well. Like, I really want a little frog, like a little tree frog. And I actually really, really want a pet pig. But I don't want like a teacup pig or anything. I want like a full-size potbelly pig. Except if I ever got one, I'd have to live in like the right space for it. Like, they can't just be in a backyard, really. I would have to, live on a farm or some property or something. But yeah. So anyway, we are obviously doing the lounge room. And yeah, I feel like I'm having a lot of trouble talking about this house because this is what I call like OG Jess. This is just like very me. The light colours, the soft greens and blues. It's a very, it's just like a basic Jess house. I still really like it and I definitely want to play in this house. But I do find it hard to talk about a build that I feel is classic to myself. I don't know if that makes sense. But I did use some different furniture. Like, I went in with a lot of the furniture from the, what pack is it? The, why can't I think of it? The famous pack. Yeah, I go in with, like, a lot of that sort of furniture. Because I feel like that really suits my aesthetic. Yep, it's a big word. Anyway, I feel like it really suits my style of furnishing. So that kind of worked out pretty well for me. So down here is the shower, and I had to like go out into the backyard for a second there and just check if I had a laundry or not. I end up just putting the laundry in the garage, which I think that's a thing. It's not so much a thing in Australia. Like, you might put your clothes dryer out in the garage, but for the most part we have like a separate laundry room. But I've got some family, as I've mentioned before, in the States, and they all seem to have like their laundry and their laundry room in the garage, which I actually think works. I think it's a pretty good time spacer. What am I saying? Well, I don't even know what I was trying to say then. A time spacer. I think I was trying to say a space saver, but it came out like time saver. Wow. I'm not even tired today and I've had my coffee. Wow. I should stop acting so surprised. I'm like this all the time. I'm a little kooky. But anyway, the whole point is that I put the laundry in the garage. That's really it. So yeah, I know some people really, really hate having garages in The Sims, but I kind of like it. Like, as long as the room is sort of functional, I think that it's pretty good. It kind of depends. I have had some people mention that they think that they're sort of a waste of space, which I definitely see, because you can't really use the room for a lot, I suppose. But in some situations, like if you're on a really big block of land, you know, you want to waste that space. For me anyway, like building mansions I find is really hard, so I do my best to like waste as much space as possible by putting in like these massive garages and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna keep doing it, but not in every build. So yeah. Anyway, this is the master bedroom, and again, just so classic me, just the pretty paintings and all that kind of stuff. I wish that I could just furnish my own house through The Sims. I think that'd be so cool if there was some kind of like program where you like take photos of all the furniture that you have in your house, and then you just like get into a program and like put it all in, and then movers come in and put it away for you. That would be ideal. I think that's my $1 million invention. I have a lot of them. So far, I'm not a millionaire. So that tells you a lot about my inventions. But still, the idea is there. Yeah, this room was actually kind of harder to furnish than I'd anticipated, just because there's a lot of odd windows around. So I'm happy with how it turned out in the end, though. It was just kind of, I don't know, it was a bit odd. I'm pretty sure I furnished it and then deleted it all and then furnished it again. And then, yeah, I ended up just putting in this little, like, fake vanity station. Vanity station? Do you guys call them, like, a vanity or, like, a vanity station? Because we call them here in Australia vanity stations, as well as, like, makeup tables. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it turned out good in the end. And then this little room here, I just decided to do it as just a spare bedroom. So yeah, I reckon you could totally move the pancakes in here, give Eliza a personality makeover, and they could just be really happy together in this cute little OG Jess house. I might have to just call a speed build that one day, like everything I love in one build. Anyway guys, we're nearing the end, so I'm gonna stop talking and leave you guys to watch the rest of the video. Thank you all so much guys, bye bye.